know. I worked with someone right after I met Daniel and I was here. We were sitting on the couch and it was late. It was oddly late for my phone to ring. But it rang and I jumped up and I was like, I have to get this. And I'm not one to jump up for my phone. It does not control my world. But I jumped up and I grabbed my phone and it was a woman in that I'd worked with, and she had a 7-year-old son with autism. And I've been working with him for 2 years.
Thank you for talking about this.
Oh, sure.
Because I work with so many kids with autism.
Okay. Well, I was working with him for a while, and he kept showing me, so when I first met him when he was 5, he showed me that he would be running by the time he was 7, and that he was a miracle baby. And just really great stuff, and I would go in and I did a bunch of work between him and his dad, stuff that he had brought in psychically, stuff between him and his mom, and I worked with the mom as well. So we had all done a lot of work together, and he was really amazing. And the mom called me, and she was trying to keep it together, and she said, he went into cardiac arrest, and he's in the hospital, and I don't know what to do. You gotta help me. So I'm like, okay. So I stop what I'm doing, and I'm really good at when I feel like it's time. I just drop what I'm doing, and I'm present. And so I went in and looked at him, and he was just shiny and beautiful and so happy. And I was like, so your mom really wants you to like come back in your body, okay? And he was like going, yeah, I don't think so. And he was like, and I'm like, oh no. And I said, well, I said, Bina, let me work on for a minute and see what I can do. But how do you work on a being that's totally full of God's love and really happy, right? And I'm saying to him, your mom's really upset. And he's like, no, she's going to be fine. And I'm like, but they really want you in the family. He's like, I really like it being in this new space in my body. It's really good. And I'm like, okay. The phone died. My phone gets cut off here a lot. And so I went into Daniel and said, Daniel, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, her son is going to die. Like, he's telling me this is it. And he's like, I don't know, you'll find a way.
What just happened in that phone call?
I'm like, this little kid is...
Who am I dating?
So she calls me right back, and I get on the phone, and I said, Bina, I have to tell you, he's made a decision, and he's going to go. She goes, he can't, you know, you got to tell him that we need him, and our life doesn't work without him. And I'm like, I don't think it really matters to him right now where he is. I know he loves you, but in the place that he is, he feels really good, you know. So I worked with her and showed her that what was really important right now, that he was going to stay, he was in a coma for about a week. I said, he's going to stay there. And she asked, she said, well, if he's going to pass, can he wait until it was like Thursday or something? Because family was going to come into town and she wanted to make sure everybody could get there. And I said, yeah, he's perfectly happy with that, but he's going to stay in that coma until you tell him it's okay, that he can go. And I know that's going to be hard for you, but we can do this. So we just got to find out, you know, what you still need. And we did these really cool sessions, and she was able to let him go in her heart and acknowledge. And she watched him release, and he was running, and she goes, oh, he's running.
And he's 7.
And he's 7. And she was like, he did get a new body, and he is a miracle baby. And all this time, she was needing him to change and heal in his physical body. And that he had finished his healing that he had come for in that physical body. He was done. And he got everything that he needed, and he was released and free to be in his physical, in his non-physical body.
Now, was he a verbal?
Full words even. They were like half words.
No, I understand. So that's exciting to know that you can go in and communicate.
Oh, very clearly.
You know, very clearly.
Yeah. One of the really neat things about working with kids with autism, problems where they're nonverbal, is you can tell the mom, which is dying to know, tell me what you need. Right?
Oh.
Tell them what he needed physically. And she was, you know, he had an all liquid diet, and I told her, I said, you know what, he's asking, and I know it's going to be hard for you, but he's asking now to put some food in his mouth, just a few bites a day, okay, because it's important for his throat to open up and his gustatory to have this movement through there. And so she did, and it really helped his progress. She also had him on a strict vegetarian diet, and I said, and she was very strict vegetarian. I said, I know this might be hard for you, but body's requesting some meat. So she got some fish and she would grind that in, and he improved then. But I mean, as a mom, you're just doing the best you can, or as a dad, the primary caregiver for this little being, and you don't know what their needs are.
No.
So I was able to share with her what therapies he was responding most to, which one was going to be the best, because she was doing like 5 different therapies.
So many.
I mean, that was her life, was running him around to acupuncture and energy and physical therapy and all sorts of stuff. And then with just the feeding and the changing and everything, that's her life.
That's it, yeah.
Yep.
And then,
That's why they're so desperate, the moms.
yeah, I mean, they're
They're just totally
craving
desperate.
information.
Yeah.